Hello and welcome to RedRobotTV. Today we're going to be reviewing the Nokia Lumia 820, Nokia's latest middle-of-the-range Windows phone. The 820 offers similar features to the 920, Nokia's more expensive flagship smartphone, giving it some good specs considering the mid-range price point. It's packing a 1.5 dual-core Snapdragon S4 processor with 1GB of RAM, which isn't lightning fast but runs the software well enough with little lag when opening apps and playing games, although it isn't quite as smooth when using the internet. The phone itself, despite being made of plastic, feels very durable and has Gorilla Glass, which is good for preventing scratches on the screen. The design of the phone brings the colourful choice of previous Lumia phones, and considering the lack of colours in most smartphones today, this is a wonderful sight to see, with the choice of yellow, red, blue, purple, white and black. Its shiny polycarbonate backplate is removable, allowing you to access the battery, SIM card and add up to 32GB of expandable memory to the phone. Another great addition due to being able to remove the backplate is that you can buy different coloured backs and swap them out so you can have a different colour each day. The 820 features a 2MP front-facing camera and an 8MP rear-facing camera. The rear-facing camera doesn't feature the same pure view technology as the 920, which is a shame because this phone's camera isn't very impressive, especially when compared to the 920 or the iPhone 5. The phone does have a physical camera button on the side, allowing quick access to take your pictures with ease, although this can't be activated unless the phone has actually been unlocked. The display resolution is 800 by 480, so the PPI isn't very good, but surprising for the most part as the display looks very vibrant whilst playing games and the colour of the live tiles. However, when using the web or zooming in on pictures, the pixels become more visible and the quality drops. It's a clear black AMOLED display as opposed to the 920's LCD display. I personally prefer the LCD for more natural colours, although the 820 handles blacks a lot better, which is the most used colour throughout Windows 8. Now let's look at the software for the 820. This is one of the few phones to be using Microsoft's latest operating system, Windows Phone 8. This is an upgrade from the Windows Phone 7 software with quite a few improvements. I've personally never used any type of Windows Phone before, so live tiles were a new thing for me, and I have to say, it's a very interesting approach to a mobile operating system. It allows you to customise your homepage, not in the same sense as Android, but the way that you can resize all your tiles to fit exactly how you want. I just think it's a very clean interface and the colours really pop on the screen. Another great feature I think is Kids Corner, allowing you to create a second user account in a sense where you can limit the apps used so your kids won't get a hand on your emails or any other personal information. Unfortunately, Windows 8's biggest downfall is the tremendous lack of apps. Although you have the feature to try apps, there aren't many decent apps to try. They promise at least 50 of the best apps from other app stores, but that's not much of an achievement, lacking standard apps such as Instagram and Pandora. This means if you want a phone with the latest apps, this isn't the operating system for you. The pricing for the Nokia Lumia 820 is set at a mid-range for mobile phones, at around £329 on pay-as-you-go, which is quite reasonable considering the specs of the camera and the 4.3-inch display. I think it's worth the buy if you're looking for a cheap smartphone, and it's a good option for Windows Phone 8, which is really interesting and the most personal operating system I've used. The camera performs pretty well, and the general design is really nice and it's very slim and comfortable in the hand or pocket, and even though I'm not a fan of the larger screen sizes, the 4.3-inch display is very comfortable to hold. I do feel, however, the lack of apps can put some people off Windows Phone 8, as it doesn't supply the same standard as other platforms, but Nokia's City Lens, Music and Map apps are very useful additions, differentiating it from other Windows Phone competition such as the HTC 8S. Despite all this, the question still stands whether the 820 is needed, as the higher end 920 isn't that much more expensive, and the 620 provides a cheap Windows Phone 8 experience. However, I think the 820 is a solid phone, which easily handles the Windows 8 interface, and if you want more power and a better camera than the 620, the 820 is a fantastic option to introduce you to Windows Phone 8. We'd like to say a big thank you to Nokia for sending us the Lumia 820, and make sure you check out our other videos and subscribe to RedRobotTV.